Tragedy. Tragedy and despair. Hope is lost. America has lost a once-in-a-lifetime hero. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't say this lightly. If you have a war boner that lasts over 30 years, you should seek medical help, because war boners that last over 30 years will kill you suddenly and inexplicably right after you tour a Ukrainian drone factory in the Ukraine, which you have no business being over there whatsoever unless you're into things that can only be purchased on the black market that were probably in the files over there. So I don't know why you would want to go to Ukraine.
That is probably the one time I will actually defend Lindsey Graham.
Really? Well, okay. Well, we'll get into this. But the good news is, out of death comes life. Because Mitch McConnell, who's been dead for 2 weeks, is back. I don't know if Dr. Strange paid him a visit, stepped out of a portal, reanimated him or something like that. It's not suspicious at all that his wife, who fled to China, is now at his bedside. Mitch is wearing blue jeans and a button-up shirt in a hospital bed. I don't know about you guys. I have been in a hospital bed a total of 2 or 3 times my entire life. And I had to stay butt naked the whole time I was there. And matter of fact, both times I was in a hospital bed, I actually said to myself, why is my arse have to be out in this hospital bed, right? And the lady goes, well, you know, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, so you know what? And this was what Jay would often refer to me, what got me in trouble. So when she left the room, I turned it around so it opened up in the front. And then I got a stern talking to. But anyways, my name is Joseph. This is Enigma. This is my boy Jay Boogie, coming the hottest Fast and Furious Tokyo drifter out of Lancaster, running them streets. Right. Jay, what's going on, big guy? How was your weekend, man?
It was all right. We had Snacktown Festival this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
did you participate?
Absolutely not.
Wouldn't even leave the house for that, huh? Wouldn't even leave the house.
No, I didn't. Yeah, no, I don't leave the house much.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Dude, it was like 86 degrees out there, man. And it was the center of town.
Not a cozy 86 degrees, Jay. No, not that, right?
Well, Pennsylvania 86 with humidity. You're coming from Florida and you like that stuff, man. I hate the heat. I would not have been. Just wasn't for me.
You weren't feeling it, big guy?
Nah, not feeling it.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, it's a good weekend.
All right. Well, you stayed home the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I got to hang out with my kids, and on Sunday Monday. Today's Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunday I was sick, but yeah, it was a good weekend.
Wow. Well, I mean, mine wasn't as fast as yours. I mean, and fast paced. I mean, Friday I swam all day, made bagoki on the grill. Then I went kayaking down the Witchy Watchy River on Saturday. Came back and then ate pizza. And then Sunday got up, went to the beach, and then went bowling Sunday night. But you know what? You stay in your house because I'll live for you, big guy. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So my shoulders, both of my shoulders are hurting right now. I don't know if it was the swimming or the kayaking or the bowling, but anyways, enough of that, nerd. Enough of that. Stay on topic. I want you to stand there and put some respect in your mouth for the late and great champion for the LGBT community, right? No one has done more to show you how far a gay man can go in our country than Lindsey Graham, right? He served in Congress, Jay, for over 31 years, 900 since 1995 to 2026. Personally responsible for the death of probably several million people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
A man who had no kids, no wife, loved sending poor white boys to die in other countries. The United States of America is in mourning today as we go. Jay, what's going on? So you want to defend this guy, Jay? Well, first of all, what's going on, Chad? What's up, Robert? Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
The only time you'll ever hear me defend him.
The only time.
He's like the chairman of the Appropriations Committee.
Jay cannot stand Trump, and you're hearing him right now defend Lindsey Graham. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry, Jay.
No, I'm just saying
That's
he
that's going to be your
probably did.
Netflix documentary I'm going to do on you one
I
day.
know, right?
Right. All right.
He probably like. I feel like he kind of had a legit reason to be there, right? He's part of the Senate Appropriations Committee, right? So he's the one who's in charge of how we spend our money. So if we're giving aid to the Ukraine, right, it can't be just the executive office going over there, right? And the judiciary, that has nothing to do with them. So like, I don't mind if a senator every once in a while visits a foreign country and like for a good reason, right? Like him going to Ukraine to look at the military options and make sure that the money that we're spending over there is being spent appropriately. That I can get, right?
So do you buy? Well, that's a single tear rolls down my face. A single tear, Jay.
Why?
Did you see it?
Dude, it's an anomaly.
You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart, Noon. You're breaking my heart. So anyways, are you buying the narrative
on both plane rides might have exacerbated some kind of condition or other?
I will say this. I hate to give
patriotism, right, Joe?
That's what it is, man. So somebody's got to make sure that white guys are dying the right way. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the drones that America has given to Kiev to bomb Russians so that they buy from the U.S. just keeps on keeping on. Right. But anyways, enough of that. I will say this, though. I did lose a good friend one time, a really good friend one time, to a freak accident. He was flying from BWI to Seoul, Korea. And that is a flight. That is a long flight. That's
all the way around the world.
That's like a 20-hour flight, right? And man, like he was a good guy, man. He actually died from deep vein thrombosis that hit him in his lungs and killed him right when he landed, right? So there is a precedence on that, man. To risk on flying. That's why if you ever fly, I highly recommend every 2 or 3 hours you get up and just walk around or stand up for like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, something like that, right?
Walk to the bathroom, go stand in the bathroom for 2 minutes or a minute and go back to your seat. Like they can't tell you that you're loitering or anything like that. Yeah. And it's a good way to do exactly what Joe said, get that blood moving so you don't pop up blood vessels.
And a lot of people don't realize this. That's why first class has the all the way leaning back seats. So it lays your body out right like that. When you're sitting still like that, his deep vein thrombosis, the clot formed in his calf, right, and then just moved up, man, and got him, man. So rest in peace, big guy, man. He was a good dude, man. He was a really good dude, man. He was a good guy. That was back in the day, though. All my good friends die except for this one. This one just won't die. I'm talking about Jay here. So anyway, so
I mean, last time I was in the hospital, I had to wear a gown the whole time. Like near the end, they let me wear pants. I was like, can I just put some pants on?
Right. Pants. No. Yeah. First of all, I don't trust doctors. I don't trust them. I don't trust doctors. Number one, I don't trust them. Number two is I don't trust a doctor, man, because when we were in the field one time, they almost gave me tuberculosis, right? I had it. So you know, you were there.
I'm listening.
So you know how they give you, before you go certain places, they'll give you a TB test, right? So he put the TB in my arm, and I came back like to get it read, like 24 hours later or whatever. He's like, oh, it's inconclusive. So he gave me another one, right? So he stuck me again with another TB test, right? And so then I came back again like 48 hours. He's like, man, I'm just not getting a reading on this. He's like, I'm gonna stick you again. I'm like, you're not sticking that in my arm. I don't know what you're doing. I said, you were there. This was on the ridge, man. I said, you're not putting that in my arm.
That surprised me, dude.
Yeah. And so then like another guy came in there and he's like, hey, look, man, no, you can't do that. And they tried to give me 6 months supply of like these antibiotics that I had to take, right, to do it, right? So I don't have tuberculosis, but it was like, yeah, but you can't drink on this. I'm like, I literally, as I walked out of medical, and I walked around the corner, I chucked 6 months worth of supplies in right into the trash bin and cracked the Corona like 4 hours later. Right.
Do you remember? It was like we were going to Tokyo, so it was right before Halloween. It was right before October. So I would say September of like 97-ish. I got real sick. And like I got to the point, I don't know if you remember or not. I couldn't talk.
I don't remember
I
that.
couldn't eat. I had strep throat
Right.
so bad that like I didn't have a neck left.
I don't remember
And I went into medical and they're like, I was like, I can't swallow. I can't like, I got to the point where I couldn't talk. And so the one thing Oblinsky did for me was walk me down to medical and say, look at this dude. He
Right.
needs antibiotics.
Right.
And they were like, oh. So that medical in there, man, they were a little bit
Yeah. A little bit suspect.
rough, bro.
A little bit suspect. That's what killed. Look, if any young man is out there thinking about joining the military, I'm gonna give you some words of advice, man, and this guy can back me up on here. For two poor boys who did, I mean, when I'm talking about poor, two homeless kids basically who had nowhere else to go. The Navy provided a foundation for us to actually become something that we could have good families, raise kids, do everything right, and become successful podcasters. I kept my looks. He lost his along the way. This guy used to be kind of handsome
totally
back in the day. He used to be kind of
Totally
handsome
did.
back in the day.
It like,
But I'll tell you this,
it's all great now. So
I'll tell you this right now, though. If you think the medical in the military is going to take care of you, you're absolutely positively wrong. And the VA is twice as bad. To this
hard,
day,
dude.
People don't realize this right now. I had this conversation literally by my pool about 2 weeks ago with an Air Force buddy who's actually he's in Jordan right now. The day I got out of the military, I was supposed to take my medical record to the VA. It's in that safe right back there. I've never once checked in to the VA when I got out. Not one time. Not one single time I went over there to go into the VA to do it. They're horrible. The doctors for the VA are horrible. And I don't care if a doctor from the VA is watching this, you know it. You know it, right? So
Doctors that are horrible. They're
horrible.
It's the barrier to entry. No, look, because there's
That's
difference
even
here,
worse.
right?
That's the admin staff.
Well, okay. All I can say is I've had the experience I've had at the VA here. Not in my town, because that's a completely different story. But the experience. So in the county that I live in, I went to Pennsylvania has state managed, like they have state VSOs, right? Right. There's a Department of Veteran Affairs for the state. And I went to the one in my county. And you'll love this. He told me I had nothing. He went and gave me like this folder of information and was like, tell your wife to call me if you die. Said that 3 different times. 3 different times.
Right.
And I was like, and I walked out of there and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And so I went to a VA in another county, and now like I'm with the VA hospital, and I'm like, stuff's covered. I'm doing, I got disability for
almost dying 3 times.
Yeah, for almost dying a couple times.
I literally thought about that today, man. Like, I don't know. I swear, man. I joke when I say that, man. But there's like 3 times, dude. You should be pushing up daisies at least 3. At least 3 times, right? You got a horseshoe up your butt, man. But anyways,
yeah.
turning back to this, man. The VA sucks. Are you buying it that this guy came back with a sudden illness, or are you buying it to the media pushing the fact that he got taken out because that literally the drone factory that he was in is gravel right now. It's rubble.
What do you mean?
So I'm not joking. Lindsey Graham was the day before he died. He was in the Ukraine touring this drone factory.
Right.
Yep. Russia smoked it like 4 hours later. Smoked it. It's gone.
Wow. That's
it's
crazy.
gone. it's gone, right? And they also hit it. They also hit, the reports are still coming in. They also hit the hotel he was in.
You know what an aortic dissection is, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Basically, his heart exploded.
That's what they're saying? Got him?
That's what that is, right? Your aorta is like the artery. And for that to just, that splits open, man, that's it. You're not coming back from that, bro.
Sounds like a sucking chest wound to me, dog.
That's a widowmaker right there.
That's right. Sounds like some shrapnel came flying through the window on that one, dog, right there. That's why you wear it.
You just bleed. You just bleed out on the inside. Like you're gone.
Well, either way.
So there's a bunch of things that could cause that to happen, right? Not, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, does Lindsey Graham smoke cigars?
I don't know.
Because that's a known Russian vector, right? Did somebody give Lindsey Graham a box of cigars and he came home, he tried to suck one down and it made his heart explode? Who knows? And we'll never know, dude. We'll never know.
So are you torn up about this?
Not really, no.
I prayed for him. I did. Because I'm a sucker like that. I prayed that he came to God before the end of his days or whatever. But I tell you what, this guy was not a good dude, man. This guy was, at least, he was, a lot of people don't realize it, that John McCain was in some pretty messed up stuff, right? Before he passed away, right? Everybody in the military knows that, right? That's why if you ever go to the Naval Academy looking for John McCain's statue, you have to literally go down to the farthest point of the Naval Academy, right? That's where they put it, right? Like out of nowhere, right? But listen to Lindsey Graham, Warhawk, man, made me want to vomit. Like it really did, right? Again, man.
For somebody, I don't know. Did he serve? Was he in the military?
No, come on, be serious.
I was just
none of them have, bro.
I don't know.
None of them have, right? Yeah.
I'm just curious, right?
Yeah, none of them have. Trump was an ROTC thinking he's got the 1,000-yard stare.
And that's what bothers me, right? Like the dudes who've never actually had to like go anywhere or do anything like that. They're the. I don't like it when they get all, we're gonna bomb everybody, because they don't really get it. And there's no way for them to have experientially be aware of any of that. Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, like the end of the day, it's their sociopathic nature, man. So there was a time, man, I can't remember the book I read or whatever. I was in the military. It was required reading once upon a time, and it was talking about the escalation of conflict. And it was literally about, real quick, I'll give it. It was literally about how to stand guard, right? So normally what they would have, they don't do this anymore. I don't know if they still teach us or not. Normally, if you're just standing there with a weapon, it's enough to chill most people out, right? So like, and also too, like if you see something going on and you verbally challenge an individual, right? And they're ramping up their mind to do something, it'll get them to stop, right? And the third escalation is called muzzling. It's where you would actually pull your weapon and you would muzzle down on them, right? And you were never supposed to muzzle anybody until certain, checkpoints that came along the way. Because your job is to de-escalate, right? Right.
To de-escalate the situation. But somewhere along the line, man, right around, I don't know, man, 9/11, maybe, it was kill everybody first and then sort out what was going on afterwards, right? It's like go in there and just get after it. Kill, bomb, 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 bomb. We don't care what we leave behind. And that seems to be the thing. And he was all for it, man. He really was, man. So he's answering to Jesus right now, man. You can explain yourself up there to the big guy. But
the other thing is the Israel thing. He had a huge heart on for Israel.
That's how I know he's in the emails, man.
Yeah.
That's how I know he's in the emails, bro.
That's neither here nor there now. It's not like
he's
being prosecuted.
Yeah, exactly.
If he'll get his judgment one way or another, right?
Yeah, I said so Jesus
it's
like,
out of our hands.
He's like, where's the elevator up? Yeah, the elevator up. Come on over here. Slip over here a little bit, dog. Let me talk to you a little bit. I got some things I want to talk to you about over here, man. I gotta have a word with you before you head up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your boy Trump has a plan, man.
He's always playing 4D chess.
His 40 chess, man. So because Lindsey's gone, the governor gets to pick somebody to go up there. So Trump wants him to pick Lindsey Graham's sister. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
Yeah, no one has. Yeah, no one has. Just take his sister, make her a U.S. senator.
This is, I mean, this
yeah. But
this
it
isn't
reminds
the
me of
first
this.
time that kind of shenanigans have gone down, dude.
Yeah. It reminds me of this, right? So if I go to somebody's house and say, hey, look, man, I got to have the cartilage in my knee replaced. And the doctor's like, yeah, I'm not available, but my wife is, or my sister, right? or my brother-in-law.
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah,
I feel the exact same way about it, dude. I really do.
Yeah. What? Yeah, no, like, do they have any experience being a senator? No, but she's my sister.
It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Like, he can just pick somebody.
Right.
Wait. Vinny who owns a pizza place, you know, he'll be okay. Real good friends with Lindsey. They spend a lot of time together. Vinny can do it.
What could possibly go wrong, right? Hold on here. So
Possibly go wrong.
Robert says the aorta dissected, not your heart. I had an aorta dissection, 2 layers split, the third split during surgery. My heart is fine. The surgery was 7 hours. Wow, dude. I have an 8-inch Gore-Tex for the aorta. The doctor told me nobody survived. Survived the surgery. Praise God. Well, yeah, thanks a lot, Robert. Yeah, man. You're hard to kill too. Hey, Robert, you're officially hard to kill,
club.
big guy.
Right.
Like this nerd over here, right? Yeah, man, that's good, Robert. Jesus is looking out for you. But so it's also too funny that the working theory is that he was either a casualty of war or was a targeted opportunity by the Russians, and Russia took it out. But it's funny because Trump don't want that smoke. He's like, you know what? We're going to move right along here.
Well,
because
there's gonna be an investigation, right?
And,
so somebody will know something. None of us will know anything.
No.
And
here's a fun fact
They're
for you.
gonna just gloss past it. They're gonna mourn its passing and then be done with it.
And here's a fun fact for you too. I got a report sent to me this morning coming out talking about, and it's actually, I believe it, is that we have exhausted our ballistic missile capabilities in reserve. I'm sure there's flotillas out there and stuff out there that have their current armament, right? But the missiles that we send overseas to shoot over Iran, we're down to Tomahawks. That's all we got. Yeah. And people don't realize this. Some of these missiles take like 6 months to build one. And that's why the term low tech always beats high tech, is because $1,000 drones beats $1 million missile every single time, right?
Yep.
And so he can't mess with Russia, because what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? And the Straits of Hormuz are closed up tighter than a whale's butthole right now, because Iran is like, you know what? You shot at us again. The Jewish ceasefire. Did I tell you that new word that's trending now? You got the Mexican standoff and the Jewish ceasefire.
Oh, yeah.
That way, because like we're, all right, ceasefire, Jewish ceasefire, and you still fight. You're still fighting. Yeah.
You're still throwing punches.
So, yeah. So anyways, that's where that's at. That's where that's going down the road on it as well. And then Mitch McConnell's reanimated corpse. Again, so many people have had exactly 20-minute conversations with this guy and everything else. And so,
yeah, dude, I don't know. Because I saw a picture of him in the bed with his jeans and his shirt on. And then I saw another one was, did you see the other photo from, like, they said it's from 2023?
Yes.
Them in the same outfits, sitting there having like a cocktail. And
I got an AI video. Someone took that picture, made an AI video of him breakdancing. Just getting out of his bed breakdancing.
Have you seen the Thriller one?
No. No. And the reason why they won't proclaim Mitch McConnell dead is because if he's proclaimed dead before August 3rd, the governor would have to declare a special election that Thomas Massey would win in a landslide and become the senator to replace him, which I think would be freaking hilarious, right? But so also this shows me two things, right? To look onto this. This is a clown show. This is a freaking clown show. This whole thing. And you know what else, man? I've noticed as well. It's a clown show on a level where we're the top clown. Because if no other country could get past America right now with the idiots that are running this Ponzi scheme, you're not even really trying, right? Here, you know what? I'll give you some tips. Like if you're an aspiring country out there, just do the following, right? Don't start foreign wars. Don't make Gmail accounts talking about eating people or doing weird things on strange islands. Don't rig your elections, and you should get past us in about 2 years, because this thing right here.
Why? Why would they even expend the effort, dude?
Circling the drain, dog. I cannot believe it, bro.
Why would anyone expend the effort? We're destroying ourselves quite efficiently.
No, I'm talking about the past. It's like to become the top dog, right? I see why Bob.
Already on the way. China's already on the way. Here's where it's again. Let's theory craft here. Here's where it's going to be Russia, and I'll tell you why. Right? China's one-child policies doomed them. They can't get enough Filipino girls over there fast enough to make kids. There's nothing but dudes over there. They're so upside down with the, what do you call it, the birth pyramid or whatever. Yeah.
There's not a billion Chinese people over there. No, not even close, right? But here's where it's going to be Russia, and Baba Vanga's, there might be something to her prophecy saying how that they'll lead the world to the light. They'll the big things coming through it. Is because, you know what, man? They're slow and steady. They're slow and steady and you know what? They're level-handed. They're for example, right now, let's just you're Trump and I'll be Putin, right? So I know you're jammed up right now, big time. You are getting your butt kicked in Iran. You know why you're getting your butt kicked in Iran? Because I'm telling them where to hit you. I'm giving them all the satellite data. I'm telling them this, that, and the other. I'm telling them where the Mossad agents are. I'm telling them where the hotels they're in, all that stuff, right? And I know right now you can't, and I know right now politically, you are one step above a full-blown dumpster fire, right? Like so going there, right? If I wanted to right now,
5 minutes to revolution.
Exactly. 100%. If I wanted to right now, I could start tuning Ukraine up to the, I could turn that whole thing into a freaking parking lot, right? If I wanted to, right? And you couldn't do anything about it. But they have restraint. They have restraint, right? Where we, on the other hand, we used to have restraint. We used to be able to, like, you know what, having a negotiation. But you know what? We've won the Iran 7-day war that's going on 6 months today. 54 times now we've won it, yep. Right? And started it back, right? We let another country the size of not even Rhode Island pull us into an unwinnable war. And we didn't even blink. And they didn't even blink. Again, they didn't even blink. Right? Yes, we're in. Bomb them. We're out of missiles.
Keep bombing them.
You better stop.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it's at, bro.
But you know that it's 4D chess, Joe. You got to trust the plan.
I don't trust I'm so stupid. I can't even. I don't even see the plan, man. And it just shows me. It just shows me, man, that, and again, the breaking news that came on my phone when I was kayaking down the Witchy Watchy River here in Florida was that they closed the Straits of Hormuz so tight that Trump had to leave the golf course and fly back to D.C. to do what? To do what? To do nothing, right? To do what,
Freak out,
right?
Have a temper tantrum.
To do what?
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about here, man. It is clown world up there. There is literally, I can't even put it into words, man, how disappointed I am, bro. With the shenanigans that's going on.
I just it's hard not to feel Schadenfreude. You know what that word is?
What is it?
Schadenfreude.
Some German, no, Schadenfreude. What does that mean?
It's it like that feeling you get when you know you can see what's about to happen. Like you can you're watching the idiot run down the slick, wet sidewalk, and you know it's only a matter of time before he goes head over heels.
Yeah.
And then you watch him go head over heels. Right? Like I'm
Schadenfreude.
Not a fan, right? Of the big man. Like, have never been, and it had nothing to do. I wasn't even a fan. I was not a fan previous to his political aspirations, right? I've not ever had any kind of. I never got it, right? Everybody watched The Apprentice and thought it was whatever, and I just never got it, right?
Do you think he's smart?
No.
No. Steve doesn't either.
I mean, there's empirical evidence there.
The casino thing is glaring.
It's glaring, right? You know, I've never referred to myself as a genius, let alone a stable genius.
Did you read his book?
No.
The Art of the Deal?
He didn't write it.
Yeah, I read it. I could tell he didn't write it. I mean, like, I could tell, like, it's not in his
voice.
It's not in his style, but it was, I would say, like, there was a couple, like, he is a salesman. I will give him that, man. Like, he's a salesman, right? Like, and he's charismatic, right? When I read his book, it dawned on me that he didn't physically write this book, right? However, some of the principles in the book that he had, man, were really sound principles. For example, there was a move he pulled off one time. He sold some very expensive real estate to some Chinese investors. I think it was in Manhattan. They were in town to close a deal or to negotiate this deal for some type of building, right? But when he set the boardroom up, or the meeting room they had was looking right over this big parcel of land that you could see out the window, right? So when he came in there, he spent the first 20 minutes talking about how beautiful that land was and the scenery was, right? And the building deal fell through, but they actually ended up buying that land, right? And it turns out that was his goal all along, was to get them to buy that land, right? It was he brought them in with one thing and sold them on another. And so, yeah, man, the thing, like I said, we've talked about this before. I pray for him, man. I'm going to tell you something here too. It might get you fired up, but this came to me literally when I was walking into the studio here, that if he had a 1 ounce of humility about him, he could be very successful. I mean that. If he could just take, that's a problem. If he could just learn from the people around him that they're smoozing you. Smoozing you is the only thing that I could look for, right? Like, you've known me for how long, and I've never walked. It's like, dang, Jay, you look good today. I've never once gave you a compliment like that. Yeah, man. Like, well, man, you've been working out. No. Yeah. Normal people don't talk like that, right? And I would never walk into another guy's like, yo, man, you're looking fit, bro. Hey, man, your shoulders, bro. Did you get taller? Man, your hands are huge. I bet you just probably can palm 4 basketballs. But that's how they talk to this guy, man, and they get him going, and he starts buying into it, man. I just wish, like I said, I would pray that he would turn things around, because supposedly now, coming hot off the presses here, supposedly this is about to happen on, let me give you the exact date here. Trump is about to announce that the 2 senators are illegitimate tonight out of Georgia. And Thursday, he's going to come out talking about the 2020 election as well and how it was robbed for him. So tonight, he's about to come out and say that he has proof that, and this is from Trust the Plan as well, that he's going to come out and say that, right? And I'm going to respond back to that in a minute, saying, like, I don't know why he would do that. The world already thinks he's weak and no one's going to get arrested. So why would you even talk about it anymore? If you're not going to arrest anybody, then don't do it.
going back to the original wound.
The 2020. Right? Yeah.
He lost. And when I say lost, first of all, I think that both sides try to rig the election.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They try to game the system. That's just how it works. That's what humans do. They game the system. Whatever the system is, there's always going to be someone who's trying to game it, right?
Right. Correct.
So when I say win or lost, I mean that they gamed the system in a way that worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's so salty about it because it worked the first time and didn't work the second. Right? Because it was a different playing field because of COVID.
Well,
so that skewed things, right?
Well, from having the understanding that I have now, I actually thought the reason why they took robot Joe Biden out of the way is because they didn't ever want Kamala Harris, and he was going to win, and so that's why they just put Joe Biden out, because at the end of the day, they don't care who's there. They don't care who's there. And the reason why they didn't want Trump in there is because he will do cocaine at 2:00 in the morning and go on a tweet rant for like 4 hours talking about like, I am Jesus Christ. I do. And that's something they can't control. Like you can't take the pacifier out of the baby's hand 24/7. Right. And he will go on live TV and say things, right.
And crazy stuff.
And so that's why I think that they didn't want him the second time, but matter, the way things worked out, they had to go with him on it. But yeah, man, I just don't understand. Again, at this point, I don't understand how one single person could have any type of. I watched a video sent to me of this woman who I don't want to say her name was Karen, but it could be. She was at a town hall meeting somewhere down here in Florida, and she was spouting verbatim Fox News's Jesse Waters talking points about a subject that I'm just thinking, like, how could you possibly think that trannies playing girls' sports has anything to do with us trying to merge the IDF with the U.S. military intelligence? How could you still think that that's a white liberal woman's doing? You understand, right? How could you think that, right? It's this whole. I don't know. I don't understand how anybody could possibly think. Huh?
Look, because people are misled. What's one of the biggest problems right now in America? Do you feel like there's like they keep calling it an epidemic?
Well, I think right now, for me, I don't know what you can have to give me a specific point, but I think America's biggest problem right now is that there is a disconnect, a generational disconnect between people that have 4 homes, 7 cars, 8 or 9 401ks, and a 24-year-old guy who still has to live with his mom and dad. Yeah. He did everything right and he can't get a job. And no matter how hard he works, he can't get ahead, right? And I think that the gap in between that is causing a huge disconnect. But also too, I think as you go up the ladder of problems that we're currently facing, America is not America right now. It's just not, man. The values are not the same as what they used to be when our grandparents were in control. It was a much better place when our grandparents were in their 20s and 30s. They did everything right.
But there was a reason for that, right? I know when I was growing up, I didn't experience this myself, but a little bit when I was real young. When I was like 7, 8, right? And we would roam the neighborhood. All the neighbors knew us.
Mm-hmm.
They knew who we were, where we are at, like who our parents were, all that kind of stuff. There was a community, right? That has eroded away. People are lonely now, right?
Yeah.
And so this MAGA thing, this guy comes in and he says, I'm going to fix it all. I'm going to make America what it was again. Right? People are nostalgic for that. And they want that community. They want the America of their remembrances back. Right? And so they bought that line. And it was exactly the thing, right? He did exactly the thing to the American people that he did to the Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah. Bait and switch.
Bait and switch. Right?
Yeah. Bait and switch, man.
He sat them down in the pretty picture while he really wanted them to just vote for him so he could do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which was enrich the people that you're talking about. These disconnected, unempathetic, wealthy people who have this idea in their heads that I did this. I built this. But what they forget is that they would never have been able to build any of it if people hadn't put their 60-hour work weeks in to help get them there.
Yeah. So it's a point on that too, is like last night when I went to the bowling alley, there was 3 young men in the car parking lot, straight up struggling to change a tire. Right. And they didn't have a jack. And I was in my truck and I didn't have a jack in my truck as well. But, you know, a nice conversation saying, you know what, make a phone call, do X, Y, and Z, and you'll be good to go. Right. We'll fix that for them. But it strikes me as odd that so many people would just walk right by and not say, hey, look, man, let me help you out with this, do that. And that's where I think the disconnect is coming in this country as well. Also, too, when I was going down the Weeki Wachee River, there was an Indian couple that couldn't get their kayak unstuck. And we tried to pull them out, but they didn't speak no English. And after about the 3rd try, I said, I'll send a boat back for you when I get when I get down the river. And I left them, right? I said, look, man, I don't know what more I can tell you here, how to work this kayak, right? To get down the river as well. So yeah, man, I'm optimistic again. A pig squeals its loudest right before it dies. So I'm thinking that the system that we're in is crumbling.
I think people are fed up, like from top to bottom. People are fed up because have you ever seen so much like people going to community meetings?
Well, I think the thing that people need to realize, and I don't know why they've done it, the micro level is your community meetings, your town hall meetings, your government meetings. The macro level, voting for a president, normally is going to have little to no impact. Well, I say that, but unless you're living on a border country or a state where they flood you with immigrants, or H-1B1 visas. But anyways, your governor in certain places, one of the reasons why Florida is so well insulated, and again, man, I don't bang the drum hard for Ron DeSantis by no means. He did pass a law that's going through the court that's about to get shut down, talking about you're not allowed to criticize Israel. And he did fly to Tel Aviv to sign it. But that was posturing. He knows the Supreme Court's going to knock that down. But if your governor can keep you safer, man, than the president can around your your laws or whatever. If you live in a blue state, you're cooked. You're done. You're done.
We've got a Democrat Governor Shapiro.
Bro, Pennsylvania's an armpit, bro. You know Philly's in your state, right? And Pittsburgh, right? You got Pittsburgh and Philly there, right? So don't talk to me about how great PA is, right? Like, the cornfields up there in Lancaster that smell, that's good. Hanover, peaceful. Great. Yeah. You got the most haunted place on the planet, Gettysburg. But Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania, and so is Pittsburgh right now. So don't tell me that. Don't tell me how great Pennsylvania is, right? To go into it. But anyways, we'll see where it goes, Jay, and we'll see if there's any. I don't think nothing's going to happen, but I doubt anybody's going to get arrested. But before we change gears here, Yair Netanyahu, son of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu, has legally changed his name to Yonatan Hund for reasons why I could only imagine that somebody would want to change their name from last name not to be Netanyahu and the first name as well. But here's another fun fact for you guys. This kid has been in Miami the whole time this is happening with security guards living La Vida Loca down here off your tax dollars. So again, the rich don't send their kids to die. He's never joined the IDF, so trust me on that as well, right? But anyways, a lot of people thinking that's because Bibi's about to pull a runner and seek diplomatic immunity in the United States of America. We'll see how that goes. I don't think I don't know if I would choose this country, bro. You might be better off in Argentina.
It's not the place to go. Yeah,
you might be better off.
Argentina's a better bet.
Argentina for you, bro. I don't know if America, man, is where a Netanyahu wants to try to, put his hands up and say, keep me safe, right?
And I don't think, I can't see him running here of all places. Like that would be that would.
Well, he's going to go somewhere where they can't extradite him. That's where he's going to go.
So like Costa Rica or Argentina.
Oh, he would get smoked in Costa Rica. He would get done down. I'll believe he
Belize?
So maybe Belize, right? No. So down
they
in
don't like him in Costa Rica. Really,
bro. Costa Rica is a reverse immigration state. You have more people immigrating there, right? And they're all Americans, French, Germans, and they're all white. They're all white. So yeah. So trust me, man. And they're fleeing, and they'll tell
expats.
you. Yeah, they're fleeing their countries. They're saying because I talked to a few of them down there. And the Costa Rican people are great as well, but they're not. The Costa Ricans, man, is the first third world country I've ever been into, man. See, a lot of people give Filipinos a hard time, but I've only met one Filipino who couldn't speak English. Most Filipinos speak 3 languages. They'll speak their dialect, they'll speak Tagalog, and then they'll speak English, right? Yeah. And so when I was down in Costa Rica, almost every single Costa Rican I met spoke 4 languages: French, German, American, and Spanish, right? And I was like they're doing it down there nice. He wouldn't be welcome down there. I mean, again, man.
Argentina's really kind of his last resort.
Yeah, man. Well, his cousin's running it. Melee's his cousin.
That's
right?
what I'm trying to say.
So he could go down there for a little while, right? And again, that's just totally
more likely than anywhere else.
That's totally random. Like, of course, who doesn't have a cousin two cousins take over 2 countries across the globe, Absolutely. Right? Oy vey. So, anyways, we'll see. But anyways, moving on. Real quick, we're talking about this. Flock cameras. Do you know what a flock camera is?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about this in the cybersecurity world about flock cameras.
Flock cameras, right? And so if you don't know what a flock camera is a camera that takes pictures of license plates. It's basically just a license plate reader, right? And it reports, reports it through, right? Nothing. There's no harm in that. Why? If I'm not doing
it's more than a license plate reader, dude.
But I mean, if I'm not doing anything wrong, why should I have to worry?
Yeah, it depends on what somebody else's definition of wrong is, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is full on CCTV, dude.
It is, man.
This is real time monitoring, gate detection, things like that. Like, I want you to think about it this way. We say things here that somebody doesn't like. The flock cameras. No, I'm just saying if we were to say something.
What I do?
Right? And then all of a sudden they can anywhere that there's a flock camera, they know where you're at. Like they feed that into the gate detection software, and they're tracking you from camera to camera to camera.
And here's where I tell people. Here's what I tell people. So the original flock cameras used to be in cop cars, and all it was a camera that would scan license plates for expired tags or warrants or Amber Alerts or whatever. So when you ever wonder why your tags are expired and you're doing 55 down the highway and a cop suddenly pulls you over, it's because you got the camera in his car. That was the original flock camera. Yeah. But you see, there was this genius came around, this amazing Jewish homosexual named Peter Thiel, who talks about the Antichrist nonstop. Right. And he said, I got a software called Palantir, and all I need is a external interface. And somebody says, hey, plug it into Flock. And they did, right? And so that's what the Flock cameras you see now are tracking every single thing that they do. Because normally a cop car in Escambia County couldn't talk to another cop car in Hillsborough County. But now that they're all flocked up, it just tells it right the little route you're going on, right, as well. So I do not condone the destruction of government property. How dare you? The people going out cutting at these flock cameras down because it has $400 worth of copper and $200 worth of gold inside these cameras. I don't know who's putting that information out there, that these cameras have at least $700 worth of gold and copper in it that you could scrap if you're into scrapping, and a little...
Not to mention what I mean, and heaven forbid it should reach the black market where they would want to reverse engineer it, or,
Just saying. There's a lot of people out there, times are hard, and there's about $3,000 worth of cameras out there, and all you need is, if I was, like I said, I would just get an angle grinder, and then, like I'm saying, it just comes off.
Dude,
right? But
people running around with those little portable bandsaws. Zoop.
I don't recommend that. It's because I've never broken a law in my entire life.
You should never deface property like
Correct. Correct. I've never on purpose dropped a laptop while in the military and tried to stop it with my foot before it hit the ground because I didn't want to do said job. But if that did happen, right, and it somehow cracked the screen on it to go through it on that, it couldn't be helped. Couldn't be helped, Jay. I was sweaty. It was hot. My hands were there. Right? But yeah, man. So this right here, man, it's big, and it's funny too because it's going on in Houston, Oakland, Virginia, and North Carolina as well. Right? It's like the big four that are like really going hardcore on scrapping these flock cameras. Because I'm not joking, there is about $700 worth of metal that you can get in there as well, right?
Dude, and here's the thing, this is a Fourth Amendment thing, right?
Yeah. Well, the only thing I had to hear, sorry.
You can't just tape people all the time.
Well, the only thing, all I had to hear was Peter Thiel, and that was it. Nope, that's it. Antichrist. That's it. Satan. That's all. Yeah. That's all I had to hear. This guy is funny too. This guy is hilarious. He's starting to not feel safe in Argentina.
No, really?
So he might, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he looks like he might be exercising the New Zealand passport that he purchased somewhere along the way as well to flee to New Zealand, because Argentina, turns out that, and you're in a country with third world country where the police are corrupt, people don't have a lot of money, and they don't feel like they have a lot of opportunities. They could be violent. So if you thought America was violent, which we are proudly, and you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to go to Colombia where they're really violent, I'll go down to Argentina. At some point, my man, you need to put the satanic Bible down. Stop, dreaming about
the world you've created.
Exactly. Think it might be you. Because I used to say this, and Jake can back me up on here. I used to tell people I'm only attracted to crazy women. But at some point in my life, I started realizing, am I the one that's making them crazy? I had to ask myself a hard question, Jay. I had to ask myself a hard question. Look in the mirror, right? Yeah. So at some point, Peter, if you're going to a country where you don't feel safe, just saying here, it could be you. It could be you, big dog. It could be you right there. And so, Jay, got two fun facts for you. What's your thoughts on these flock cameras? I know,
yeah, I think it's it's warrantless surveillance, right? Mm-hmm. In America, you have to have a warrant to be able to surveil people. That's right. How the Constitution works, right? This is warrantless surveillance. This is all the time surveillance, and I don't think that's lawful in this country. So I think it needs to be constitutionally challenged.
I think it needs a baseball bat. That's just me. Constitutional challenge.
Look, here's the thing. I'm saying constitutional challenge, meaning they need to take them down until somebody makes a ruling on whether they're even legal or not.
I think they've already been removed out of Florida. So
have they?
Yeah, it could be, man. Like I said, to me, this is what happens when you give hall monitors too much power. like these nerds. These kids weren't beat enough, right? So I saw a video the other day of this kid playing in the river, and he got bit by a water snake, and he didn't even flinch. I thought to myself, like, we are so back. We are healing. The white boys are out doing white boy things again, man. This generation's going to be all right, man. They're just playing with snakes, jumping, BMX bikes or whatever, right? So yeah, bro. But I got one little last thing here for you, man, because I know you're such a believer. Right up your alley. Because you're definitely. This could be something to you, right? Because I'm out of this joint. It's trending, man. I was talking about it a little bit the other day with Steve. It's called the reverse rapture, Jay. Have you heard about the reverse rapture?
Where all the Christians will die off and then the atheists and pagans will be left?
No, what happens is that the reverse rapture is that the earth is moving into a higher vibration. And so the people that get left behind, they're the ones that elevated up with the earth. The people that go with the earth, they're the ones that elevated. The ones that aren't here anymore, they were too low frequency. They're the bad ones. They're gone, right? So where the rapture is, they'll take all the good ones off and leave the bad ones behind, or the people, not the bad ones, but the people that haven't got there yet on the journey, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe think of you, Jay, because if there is a rapture, which I personally don't think there will be one, but that's just my interpretation of the Bible. It's too early in the week for me to go toe to toe with other Christians, man. Hey, big hearts, man. Jesus Christ is King, man. You know how I think on this. But you, heathen, this is right up your alley, man. This is right up your alley. Your vibration increased. Now Joseph's not here, and you're like on this next level. You and your flock cameras and your digital ID and your one world government. So so you have fun with that, bro. You have fun with it.
I've been following this research for a while.
Reverse rapture?
No, this thing that we're getting to.
Oh yeah. So Jay, walk in the good news here, Jay, as we're coming up on time here, big guy. I know you have. That's why I grabbed it.
The ER 100 age reversal trial. It's a Life Biosciences is the company.
Yep.
They developed a gene therapy using partial epigenetic reprogramming. It delivers 3 transcription factors known as OSK via a harmless modified virus directly into the eye. It acts like a software reset for the cell. It rewrites chemical tags.
Back that up 7 seconds. Say it again. A harmless what?
Virus. That's
injected
what gene
where?
therapy is. In your eye. Well, because this is the trial. This trial is targeting glaucoma, right? So open angle glaucoma and NAION, a condition akin to a stroke of the optic nerve, right? So they're actively regenerating damaged retinal cells. So what it's doing is as your cells divide, it's like playing a cassette tape over and over and over again.
Right.
For those who know what cassette tapes are.
You show your age,
it
big
starts
guy.
to sound fuzzy because it wears out, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with a cell. As it divides, it starts to wear out. It starts to get like fuzzy. And that's when mutations and cancer and stuff like that happens, right? What this does is it just so the virus attaches to the cell, injects these transcription factors in, and it repairs the cell so it's like a brand new cell.
I've seen way too much Japanese anime to know what goes on after that, man. A tentacle shoots out at the end, it comes down the right. So yeah,
that's one of the concerns, right? And that was, that's not the tentacle part, but cancer is the real concern, right? You don't want the cells to mutate and just be undifferentiated cells in there.
Yeah. So Jay's talking. If you don't know what a cassette tape is, Jay had we had to go down to downtown Tokyo one time so Jay could go into Tower Records to get the Cats soundtrack and Barbra Streisand's greatest hits, right? And to play it on his little Walkman when he was walking around.
We didn't even do cassettes back then. We did CDs.
CDs, right? CDs, right?
I needed the CD.
CD, right? It's funny too, man. Like Tower Records was fun back in the day. You could find some hidden gems in there, but now they don't do that anymore. And the other thing too is that I see people posting these, bring back these 90s inventions or what. You don't know. This is better. Trust me.
My son is a record player.
Yeah, well, so does mine, right? And he's ordering vinyls, and I'm thinking like, yeah, you guys are nerds, man. You guys are nerds. But you know what? Tomato, tomato, live, let live, do whatever. Rest in peace, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell. Yeah, another thing too, I meant to ask you, man, since we were talking about, did I speak this guy? Did I kill him like I did Clive Davis? Was I talking about him?
I don't think so, because it happened on the 11th, which was Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, like prior week, I got to go back and look at the thing, man. Who was I talking about?
Friday.
Yeah, I think on Monday and Tuesday, I was talking.
We have talked about it in the past.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, you know what? Hey, I'm 2 for 2 then, man, because I nailed Clive Davis the day of. I didn't even know he was gone, right? Yeah.
That was creepy, right?
Yeah, the day
we were
of, I named
talking
Clive
about
Davis.
him, and he died at that same exact time. Moment.
I was talking about Lindsey Graham, and now he's gone. Mitch McConnell's gone. Well, let me see. Let me throw something out there, man. Let me throw somebody out there. Speaker Johnson. I'll just throw his name out there. We'll see if I got anything on there. Speaker Johnson on. Anyways, guys, cut up on time, man. This is the Enigma Daily. My name is Joseph. This is my buddy Jay over here, man. This is our sister channel to the Ancient Enigma Files, man. We go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at least. We don't go live on Thursdays and hit or miss on Fridays. This is mainly an RSS audio only podcast. We only do the video here. However, if you're interested in more of our deep dive stuff, our other channel, the Ancient Enigma Files, type that in there and go check out our flagship show over there at NenmaCast. Jay, my guy. Always good catching up with you, man. And Robert, thanks for hanging out, chat, and everybody else, thanks for turning in. We are going to fly a few minutes over schedule here, and I'll catch everybody tomorrow, Jay. And we're out. Hold on. Let me do that again. This time, hit the right button. And Jay, we're really out.
Subscribe now and turn on notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.